The housing market will not crash in 2024. Is now the time to buy a home? Currently, we have high interest rates for mortgages. It's around 8% as of this recording. Buyers are still buying. We still have low inventory. The months of inventory as of right now is 3.5 months. So that means that it's still a seller's market. A balanced market is considered to be at about 6 months. Home prices are still rising in some areas, and then in some areas where prices are decreasing, they're not huge price decreases. So why won't the housing market crash in 2024? I think the big reason that the market still hasn't crashed is because of supply and demand. There's more demand for people to buy homes than there is supply. Even with interest rates as high as they are, people are still buying a home. Now, another reason why I don't believe the market will crash this year is because there are better lending practices than there were in 2008. Quick story time. When I bought a house in 2003, before I was in real estate and I was in my early 20s and didn't know anything about buying a home, we probably got the worst mortgages we could get. We ended up getting 2 mortgages, one being an adjustable mortgage and one being a balloon mortgage, where you have a low payment for a certain amount of time, and then after that time is over, then you have to pay the whole mortgage off in a lump sum. We had no idea what we were doing, obviously. We were working with professionals, so we had no idea that we've got 2 terrible mortgage products, and we probably got lucky that we didn't have to foreclose on the home. Unfortunately, as we know, some people weren't as lucky. Although it's harder to get a mortgage now, people still can get a mortgage. If you remember what happened after the 2008 crash, you could not get a mortgage. You couldn't refinance. It was very difficult because basically no banks were giving out money. Another reason why I think the market won't crash in 2024 is we have a decent unemployment rate. It's currently at 3.90%. The average employment rate is 5.71% since 1948 until now. Although I know the job market isn't the best, I do know people who've been trying to find a job for a while and it's pretty difficult. When you look at the numbers, it's a relatively decent job market. So if the market isn't going to crash in 2024, should you buy now? Well, I think 2024 is going to be a really tough year for real estate because of the continued low inventory and high interest rates. I think maybe the interest rates might go down a little bit in 2024, but not a significant amount, and really they could even increase. Also, there's still some bidding wars in some markets which are driving up the prices of homes. So generally speaking, I don't think it's a great time to buy. However, it could be a good opportunity to first-time home buyers because they don't have low interest rates that they would be trading for a higher one. There's less competition in some markets, and I'm seeing loan programs that are tailored for first-time home buyers like 0% down or low down payment percentages. With the high interest rates, you could always refinance in the future, but you do have to know what goes into that, like closing costs to refinance, and what if the housing market does crash and you can't get a loan like in 2009, 10, 11? It was really difficult to get a loan. There are definitely some reasons why you should not buy a home in 2024. One is you're not in the best financial spot. I know that kind of sounds obvious, but this is what I mean. If you don't have decent savings, I would be really cautious about buying in 2024. With inflation and the price of things still increasing, homeowners are getting some financial surprises. Property taxes are going up, home insurance is going up for some people. Also, the cost of getting things fixed keeps rising. That's why I think it makes sense to have a good amount of savings. Also, if you have a lower credit score, I don't think it would be a great time to buy in 2024. By having a lower credit score, that directly affects the interest rate that you can get. With interest rates being so high, you want to try to get the lowest interest rate you can. Usually, if your credit score is at about 740, you can get the best interest rates. This is just generally speaking, of course. You want to talk to a lender to find out all the details on that because each lender can be different. If you have a tight budget, you may not want to buy a home right now. Like I mentioned before, prices of things are rising. If you do a budget and you're like, okay, I can do this, it's going to be tight, but I can afford this amount of money for a home each month, but you don't have a lot of wiggle room, I would really be cautious about buying a home. Like I said, prices of things are rising, and it's kind of unpredictable on what prices of things might be in the near future. I wouldn't recommend people buying a home in 2024 if you're looking to move out of your new home sooner than later. Right now, I recommend people to live in their home for about 10 years. This will give time to build equity in the home. And also, if prices do decrease, if home values decrease, you have some time for them to start to rise again and gain more equity in the home. The economy is very unstable and unpredictable right now. Although looking at the housing market itself and all the data related to the housing market, no, I don't think there will be a crash in 2024. But with the unpredictable and unstable economy, I could definitely see that affecting the housing market in a negative way. So is it a good time to buy? Generally speaking, it's not. Like I said, first-time home buyers, there could be an opportunity there, but even for them, it's not a great time to buy. So before buying a home, you really want to review your budget, work with professionals you can trust, and be ready to make a long-term commitment to buying a home. To learn how to buy a home with zero money down, check out this video or this video about buying a home with a low interest rate. Thanks for watching to the end, especially if you're a subscriber.